All right, YouTube, it's January 2021. We survived 2020, but it's time to kick it into gear. Now, the team and I got together, and we want to bring a brand new series here to YouTube all around gun builds. Going forward, I'm going to share everything that I've ever used, from sniper rifles to shotguns, SMGs to assault rifles, and hopefully we can include some builds of your own as well. If you guys want to leave some notes down in the comments telling me what guns you really like, hopefully we can get some builds shared from the community on here as well. All right. Now today, we're going to talk about one of my growing favorite weapons. This gun is new to 12.9. We're a few weeks in. I've been killed by it. I've done some killing with it. Hopefully we could share some builds, get it into y'all's hands, and really have some fun. Today, we're going to talk about the Kriss Vector. But hold up. Before we jump into the meat and potatoes of it, I want to say hey to all the new people. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more weapon guides, if you guys want to support the solo queue commentation series that's coming soon, if you want money guides, map runs, any of that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know when new videos go live, hit the notification bell. And of course, come hang out with us over on twitch.tv/ilangston. But right now, I want to build some guns. All right, let's jump into it. All right, guys, it's here. Patch 12.9 brings us the Kriss Vector. This is my favorite submachine gun by far, and it works so well. You'll love it. Now, this is the 45 ACP version, but it also comes in a 9mm version, which we'll look at later. Both of which, as we watch this thing as it goes against the most lethal AI in Tarkov, the Labs Raiders. Before I do that, though, I want to jump into some builds that I think will really help you enjoy this gun, both budget and meta. When it comes to building a budget build Vector, you really don't have to do a whole lot. This thing comes from Mechanic pretty well built. I mean, you're looking at 74 ergonomics with 41 vertical, 290 horizontal. It's not bad at all. The few additions that I like to do to mine to help my play style would be to upgrade the sight. I'm not a big iron sight fan, so I usually like to get a red dot on there. One of which that's pretty cheap is the Cobra. This reflex sight doesn't take up a whole lot of screen when you ADS. It's got a nice little reticle that you can adjust to your liking, and it's not expensive at all. So I usually throw that on there to help myself see. And then when it comes down to controlling the Vector and giving it a little bit more of an edge without breaking the bank, the flash hider is super inexpensive. It'll drop the ergo by 2, but you're not going to notice something like that once you get over 70 ergo. This thing's going to snap as soon as you ADS. The big perk right now is going to be the horizontal recoil is going to be dropped by 31 points, and the vertical is going to drop by 4. So that's pretty big for the price. And then the second to the last thing that I upgrade is going to be the foregrip, one of which that's super cheap for the stats that you get would be the mag pull grip. This one right here is going to boost the ergo as well by 7, while dropping the horizontal recoil by 9 and the vertical by 1. So without breaking the bank, those 3 things do really well. Now, one thing that I would recommend, whether it's budget or meta, is upgrade your mag. This thing has 1100 RPM fire rate. You're going to funnel bullets. If you go in there with a Glock mag, if you don't hit your shots, you're in trouble. You're going to be reloading every single time. Now, when it comes down to the 45 ACP, you really only have one option. I would recommend get this. They're kind of pricey on the market right now, but depending on when you watch this video, they might become more common. Now, once you're done playing with your budget build, you've made some money, you've gotten used to the gun, and you want to beef this thing up and play with the big boys, these builds right here are going to have your ergo snapping. It's going to have your recoil so controlled that wherever you point this thing, all the bullets are just going to funnel in one spot. All right, if you guys are anything like me, min-maxing your weapons is one of the most fun things to do in Tarkov. One little caveat, though, with the Vector is the bell curve on the improvements when you get up above like 73 ergo is going to be very minimal. But if I were going to min-max a gun like this, there's a few additions we can do. First of which, again, is going to be that flash hider. We're going to go ahead and throw that the flash hider on, and the foregrip, instead of going with the mag pull, we're going to go with the shift to increase our ergo by 9, getting it up to 80. And this also drops the horizontal recoil by 9 and the vertical by 1. So it's a really good foregrip. Kind of pricey, but it does the trick very well. The next thing that you're going to want to do is upgrade to the non-folding stock adapter on the back. This will let you put on the enhanced tube. All right. Now this right here is going to drop all of your recoil once you get the butt stock on there. The one that I usually go with is the Fab Defense shock stock. This one helps probably the most ergonomically. Now, you are going to drop your ergo a little bit by upgrading your mag, but again, the trade-off between not having to reload with the 1100 RPM statute that this thing has, it's worth it. So you're going to want the bigger mag, and then stick to a red dot for max ergo, because most of these other sites will drop your ergo by a little bit. But my favorite, obviously, is the PK06. If you really want to line up some shots that are mid-range to far, that's probably going to be the best red dot that you can go with. But if those aren't on the market or they're crazy expensive, again, this Cobra sight, it's super simple, super cheap. Not the best, but it's not going to break the bank, and it's not going to break the stats. All right, now this last build that we have for the Vector is going to be the silent but deadly, the rat-loving, the bush Wookiee camping, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be the build that has the lowest recoil and is the most quiet thing out there. Now, first off, what you're going to want to do for this build is to add on the DT, the direct thread mount adapter by Silencerco. This is going to allow you to put on the silencer, the 45K, to give it that really quiet shot. The next thing that I found that goes best with this build, again, is going to be your Fortis Shift Tactical Grip for less recoil, most ergo that you can get out of it. Definitely throw those two on there together. And then something that differs a little bit from the max ergo build to control the recoil a little bit more, which you can kind of swap this out if you don't want to go quiet, but you do want a little bit more recoil control and less ergo, because it's saying, again, I mean, you got ridiculous recoil in the first place. Throw on the non-folding stock, add in the enhanced tube, and then throw on the MOE stock. This one right here, any color you want, I mean, you can get a little customization if you want to, will give you better recoil control. And make sure you put the butt pad on. I'm going to say this again for those in the back. Put the butt pad on the butt stock. You see the difference between not having it and having it? You're looking at 13 less horizontal, 2 less vertical, and 2 more recoil. Or, I'm sorry, 2 more ergo. If you don't have the butt pad on there, you might as well not even use the stock. So make sure you do that. Swap your mag. I don't really need to say why again. And throw on your red dot, okay? Whether you go with the Cobra or the PK06. This thing is pretty wild. 61 ergo, 30 vertical. I mean, 30 vertical, dude. Woo! Come on. I don't even need to say anything more than that. Okay, guys, take these builds, try them out. Let me know how they work for you guys. What we're going to do is finish off some of these kills in labs with the 45 Vector, and we'll hop into the 9mm. So I'll see you in a second.
Твоя посла! Угроза на две...
All right, and here we have the 9x19 Vector submachine gun. This is the baby brother to the 45, but don't get mistaken, it is still just as deadly. When it comes down to the stats, they don't vary too much between the two versions as far as ergo, vertical, and horizontal recoil are concerned, but the builds between the 9x19 has a little bit more variety to it, as we'll see in a second. One of the biggest differences between the two types of gun is going to be the caliber of the bullet, causing a lot of people who are more of a flesh type leg meta dealing player. They'll go for rip ammo like you see here, dealing over 100 damage per bullet, but not pinning any armor. Or if you're more of a headshot thorax kind of guy like me, you'll lean more towards the armor pinning bullets known as the AP63 rounds and the 7N3-1 rounds, both of which can be crafted in the hideout. And that's one of the main reasons that this Vector is more widely sought after, because of the availability of the ammo. And here we have the weapon preset for the 9x19 Vector. You can see out the box, you're already rocking 73 ergo, 32 vertical recoil, and 257 horizontal. We could do a little bit better without breaking the bank. What I like to do first and foremost is going to be to swap out that flash hider. It's going to come with that one. And if you throw this on there, you're going to lose a little ergo, but you're going to control that horizontal recoil by negative 27 points and vertical by negative 3. Definitely worth the money. Grab that bad boy. And much like the 45, in regards to the foregrip, I go with the Magpul. This one's going to give you 1 less vertical and 8 less horizontal. And it's also going to bump you up ergonomically by 7. Like that ergonomically? That's good. Yeah, hooked on phonics. All right, so let's grab that. One thing that I do like about the 9mm over the 45 is the mag selection. Again, sometimes the mags based on the market and when you're watching this video might be kind of pricey, so you can go with the big stick. Yeah, if you like the similarity to the 45, but you also have the capability of going with the 50 rounder. Now, one thing to notice up in the top right, that 50 rounder is going to drop your ergo by 18 points. I mean, you're looking at 79, so I mean, like, who cares? But you know what I mean? If you want to keep that ergo high, maybe go with just the big stick at a 4-point loss on ergo. Okay, so that one is available. Again, I'm going to keep this just like the 45. I'm going to go with the Cobra Reflex, and that's about all that you really need to swap out. One thing I've been doing that kind of helps me a lot as well is adding in a flashlight. So my favorite is a D-ball. If you got this far in the video, there you go. You get that for free. Only drops ergo by 1. It's one of the brighter flashlights. And yeah, I would go with that. All right, now after the budget build, we're going to min-max this bad boy for some ergo. It's going to be very similar to the 45 caliber. And we're going to start over here on the flash hider again, swapping out this for the 9x19 flash hider, throwing on the shift again, because even on the 9x19, you're getting the most ergo and horizontal recoil boost from it. I love the shift. It's a great foregrip. Now, this is the difference between the 45 and the 9mm, is the ability to choose between different magazines. You have a little bit more options here with the 50 rounder and, of course, the big stick. I usually go big stick because, I mean, I like ergo, so we're going to keep it at a negative 4 ergo loss instead of an 18. So I go that route. As far as the red dots are concerned, PKO 6, if you got the money. If you don't, throw on the Cobra. Both are going to be great. I'm going to throw the PK on there. And then the butt. Let's take it to the butt. Swap out the non-folding adapter. Get the enhanced tube. Booyah. And then we're going for the shock stock. Very good. That's going to be 81 ergonomics on a Kriss Vector. That thing's going to snap. Now, the last build that I have for the 9x19, very similar to the 45, is going to be the lowest recoil build. Probably one of my favorites whenever I want to have a lot more control. This is going to be very similar to how we built the 45, but it doesn't require the adapter. I usually just go right here with the Osprey. This will give us negative 15 ergo, dropping down the recoil horizontally by 47 and vertically by 6. Between all of the other silencers, it's going to be the biggest drop. So I go Osprey. I'm going to throw on the shift, much like we did before. And then you can go between the big stick and the 50 rounder. I'm going big stick because I like a little bit of ergo with my recoil. And then we're going to go for the MOE stock. And what are we going to put on the MOE stock? Correct. The butt pad. The Magpul rubber butt pad for Carbon Buttstock series. Grab that bad boy. If you don't, you're wasting your time and your money. And then let's go some red dot. All right. This is going to be the max recoil control. 23 recoil. Woo! You can't beat that. 65 still. I mean, you're still in like the highest percentile ergonomic recoil weapons. You're not breaking the bank. It's a great weapon, dude. This gun is absolutely insane. Let's take a look at how it performs. That's the Vector. The thing is beautiful, both in the 45 and the 9mm version. I've really enjoyed making these series, doing the research, and really spreading it out. That hopefully helps you guys. If it does, let me know. Let me know if there's some other guns that you guys want reviewed or built around, and I'll do my best to get them into this YouTube series. The next couple guns that we're going to be doing are probably going to be revolving around the AK series and maybe even the M4 series, as those typically come out of the box whenever you download Escape from Tarkov. Those are some of the most common guns and the most available ammo. Look forward for that video. Again, if you guys are new and you guys want notifications when these videos go live, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, and of course we're live over on Twitch if y'all want to come hang out with us. All right, thank you so much for watching. Go get them.